Hello, I am here on the couch accompanied by my film associate, Mimi. Mimi, do you have anything to say? With the Oscars literally days away, I figured, it's about time I get this video out going over Snubs' personal picks and my predictions for the Academy Awards of 2025. This, of course, goes without saying. This is all my opinion. We're gonna see how I do in terms of predictions. I'm hoping I do well. My friends and I were doing an Oscars party and we might place a little bit of money down. So whoever gets the most predictions right, they are the winner. Without further ado, let me grab my notes. Here we are. And let's go, category by category. All right, lead actor. Start off with some snubs. I felt that Nicholas Hoult was snubbed of his Nosferatu performance. I thought Mike Feist was snubbed of his performance from Challengers. I also felt Josh O'Connor from Challengers got snubbed. And finally, Jesse Plemons, Kinds of Kindness. That was a brilliant performance. Oh, those were brilliant performances. He did 3. Now, for my personal pick for Best Actor, I'm leaning towards Adrien Brody. I think he gave the most brutally honest performance out of this bunch. He truly is fantastic. I mean, the emotional weight of that story and just the intensity of it all. It's a long movie, so he was, filming for a long time. And also he learned another language. Say what you will about the use of AI. I know there's been a lot of controversy around that and, touching up the Hungarian accents and Hungarian dialogue in that movie. But I really do think it's one of his finest performances I've seen and one of the finest performances of this past year. Which is why I'm also predicting Adrien Brody to win Best Actor. Who knows? Some people are talking Timothée Chalamet. That could happen. But I'm sticking with Brody. When it comes to supporting actor, some snubs I had written down. Bill Skarsgård, Nosferatu, amazing performance. Stanley Tucci, Conclave. I also felt Carlos Diaz from Conclave deserved a nomination. And then Nicolas Cage from Longlegs. Some may see that as kind of a joke pick, but I don't know. I thought he was amazing in that movie. I really liked it. He was legitimately scary in Longlegs, and that's something. My personal pick is going to Edward Norton in A Complete Unknown. I just really liked his performance, and I thought his character was very likable. And sometimes I feel like soft-spoken, kind of simple and nice performances are overlooked. Or can be underrated, and I just felt like his performance in that movie was one of the highlights. My prediction is Kieran Culkin from A Real Pain. He's won a few awards already for that performance, and though I haven't seen the movie yet, I don't know. I'm just that's what my gut's telling me. I feel like out of the rest of the picks, he's just kind of the obvious. Though who knows? We'll see. Lead actress. In terms of snubs, Lily Rose Depp was a major snub in my opinion. That her performance in Nosferatu was absolutely incredible. I also thought Zendaya got snubbed from Challengers. I mean, Challengers got snubbed in general, but we're talking about lead actors here. Emma Stone, Kinds of Kindness, I also felt should have been shown some love, and she's kind of an Oscar darling at this point, so I'm kind of surprised she didn't get nominated. Though I guess the anthology structure of that movie isn't Academy accessible. I also put Mia Goth for Maxine because she hasn't really gotten a lot of attention in terms of awards for her X trilogy performances, and she's amazing in those. So had to write that down. My personal pick, I'm going with Demi Moore from The Substance. I just think she had my favorite performances of this bunch, especially when it came to the more physical and emotional aspects. But my prediction is going to be Mikey Madison from Anora. I mean, everything has been said about her performance. She's, magnificent in the movie. She gives her all. She screams a lot, that takes something. So Mikey Madison is my prediction. For supporting actress, I only had one snub, and that was Margaret Qualley from The Substance. I'm honestly really surprised that she wasn't nominated because, The Substance had several nominations, and she wasn't one of them, so that was interesting. My personal pick is Monica Barbaro from A Complete Unknown. I just really liked her performance. That was another major highlight from that movie. And, her singing, I'm assuming that was her singing in it. It was incredible, and just great performance. My prediction, and this was tough. I was torn between Ariana Grande and Zoe Saldana, and I really don't know. You know, it's tough. I feel like it could go to Ariana Grande, but after all the awards that Zoe Saldana has already gotten, I kind of want to lean towards her. But you know, then Amelia Perez just is you know, falling off the deep end, and I don't know. For my prediction, I have Zoe Saldana written down. Who knows if it'll change? I'm gonna make a Letterboxd list with all my predictions and stuff too. So if you want to check that out, I'll probably leave that in the description. That'll be most updated before the Oscars ceremony. But for this video's purposes, I'm gonna say Zoe Saldana. Animated feature. Now I only saw one of these movies, but I did feel like there was a snub, and that was Piece by Piece. Even though it's like a documentary, it's animated, it's Lego. What's not to love? My pick, and it's only because this is the only movie I saw, but it's Inside Out 2, which I really did like. Not as good as the first one, but it is a good movie. My prediction, however, is gonna be Flow. And this has gotten a lot of buzz, a lot of love. And I didn't love it, I liked it, but that's my prediction, Flow, for animated feature. Now, animated short, I haven't seen any of these, so don't have much to say. No snubs, because I haven't seen any animated shorts from this past year. And no personal pick, because again, I haven't seen these. My prediction, however, is Magic Candies. That one has stuck out to me. And after reading what all these were about, I don't know, instinct is pointing me that way. Cinematography, a few snubs here. Challengers, come on. Conclave, which was really surprising considering how many nominations Conclave got. And Civil War, which I don't know, I was kind of expecting a nomination here or there for Civil War, but I didn't get any. So I'm here to say that it should have. My personal pick, Nosferatu. The movie looked amazing, such precise, calculated precision when it comes to every shot. You know, it just looks incredible, lighting especially. Prediction, The Brutalist. The Brutalist also had incredible cinematography. That is my prediction right there, The Brutalist cinematography. Costume design. Snubs. Conclave. Kind of surprised this didn't get nominated for that either. Megalopolis, which might be a controversial take, but you know, Megalopolis was, you know, made for a lot of money, so it had a lot of admirable attributes. And then Furiosa. Furiosa, you know, the Mad Max aesthetic is very cool and very creative, especially the costumes. So I felt like these should have been given some love. My personal pick is Gladiator 2. I like the ancient, you know, Roman look for all the costumes. I mean, obviously it's ancient Rome, so duh. But my prediction is Wicked. I think Wicked's kind of got this one in the bag, to be honest. Directing. This was a very hard one to pick. It took me a while the other night when I was jotting all these notes down. Some snubs for sure. Robert Eggers, Nosferatu. I mean, come on. Luca Guadagnino, Challengers. Seriously. Alex Garland for Civil War. Maybe a hot take, but I thought his direction was great. Denis Villeneuve for Dune Part 2. What are we doing? Jason Reitman for Saturday Night. I really liked his direction. I thought that should have been recognized. Yorgos Lanthimos for Kinds of Kindness. And Walter Salles, I don't exactly know how to say his last name, for I'm Still Here, which I too was kind of surprised didn't get a mention here. My personal pick is Brady Corbet. I think what he was able to accomplish with The Brutalist was, you know, quite incredible. But my prediction is going to be for Sean Baker for Nora. Been around, he's been in the game quite some time and hasn't really gotten a lot of award recognition of this level, so maybe it's time for Sean Baker to get his due. Documentary feature. I hadn't seen any of them, so no snubs, no personal pick, but my prediction is No Other Land. I feel like this one is like, it has to win, and if it doesn't, I feel like a lot of people are going to be upset. So No Other Land, that's my prediction for a documentary feature. A documentary short, I haven't seen any of these, so no snubs, no personal pick. My prediction is Incident. Just after reading about kind of what these docs were about, doing some research, I felt like this one, you know, the Academy likes relevancy. They like thematics, hard-hitting thematics. So I don't know, I feel like this one, that's my prediction. Best editing, some snubs here. Nosferatu, The Substance, which was one of my favorite edited films of the year. Dune Part 2, come on. Saturday Night, and I'm Still Here. All of those films are edited terrifically. My personal pick is going for Anora. I just think that was such a brilliantly structured film that just flows and it goes and it's paced well. My prediction is Conclave. I feel like when it comes to best editing, the Academy isn't, you know, the most trustworthy. And that's not to say that Conclave isn't edited well. I do think Conclave is edited well. I just feel like this is kind of like, this is like the Academy pick for editing. I don't know if that makes any sense. It is a very clean, precise film. Doesn't do anything crazy with the edit. I just think it's nicely edited. And you know, I don't know, that's my prediction. International feature. I feel like this is a pretty obvious one. No snubs because I didn't really see any international films other than the ones included on this list. I'm Still Here, personal pick. Prediction, I'm Still Here as well. I feel like it's a shoo-in. It's got to win. If it doesn't, I won't know what to think. Makeup and hairstyling. Some snubs. I put Longlegs because what they did to Nicolas Cage was very impressive. And then Sasquatch Sunset. Because, I mean, come on. How are you to know that was Riley Keough and Jesse Eisenberg? You wouldn't. My personal pick is The Substance because, I mean, what was it called? What was the abomination that, I can't remember. Monster Elizasu, that was it, yeah. I mean, that thing is, you know, hideous. It's incredible. How can you not reward that? And then my prediction is also The Substance, though I was kind of torn. I felt like I feel like Wicked has a shot here, and maybe I'm just being optimistic for The Substance, but I feel it could go to Wicked. Best score, some snubs here, of course. Challengers, hello. Civil War, I really like the score for Civil War. Same with The Substance. The Substance was a electronic leaning score that didn't get any love. And then Dune Part 2, which is just like, what the heck are we doing, Academy? Crazy that's not on there. My personal pick is for The Brutalist, and my prediction is also for The Brutalist. I felt like out of the nominees, it just had the best and most memorable score. When it comes to original song, I do have a snub, believe it or not, and it comes from Piece by Piece, Pharrell Williams, Piece by Piece, the song, Piece by Piece, which is a fun song, listen to it. My pick, or my personal pick, none, because I other than the ones from Amelia Perez, which I don't like, I hadn't heard any of these. My prediction is El Mal from Amelia Perez. Production design, I had lots of snubs here. Civil War, I feel like, you know, that it looked incredible. Saturday Night, the attention to detail, that era setting. Megalopolis was very impressive. Maxine, I thought, captured the 80s in a very alluring and accurate way. Furiosa, post-apocalyptic dystopia. Alien Romulus, love me some sci-fi. The Fall Guy, because I love behind the scenes, like movie sets and stuff in film. And Gladiator 2, which is one I'm really surprised is not included here. My personal pick is, of course, going to Dune Part 2. I mean, like, hello. But my prediction is Wicked, which also has an incredible production. Millions and millions of flowers. I think that's what's going to win him over. Also, the practicality of the sets is also, you know, worth noting. Wicked did look really good when it came to the production design. So that's my prediction. Live action short. Haven't seen any of these. Again, when it comes to shorts, sorry. But no snubs, no personal pick. My prediction, however, is Alien. Just because I feel like it's timely. But I haven't seen it, so I don't know how good it is. Best sound. A few snubs here. I felt like Nosferatu was snubbed. Civil War was snubbed. The Substance was snubbed especially. And The Brutalist. I am surprised The Brutalist isn't on here. My personal pick, Dune Part 2, and I think it's going to Dune Part 2. I mean, when it comes to, you know, big sci-fi epics, they always win in the technical awards, and this is a technical award, and I feel like Dune Part 2 only has a chance in the technical categories, so it's got to be Dune Part 2, and if it's not Dune Part 2, then... Visual effects. I had a couple snubs here. Megalopolis and The Fall Guy. I just thought they had really good visual effects. And, you know, some people may say that there is a cheapness to Megalopolis, and I will agree with that to an extent, but I thought the VFX on their own were very solid. My personal pick goes to Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes because it is the best looking of the new age apes movies. It just looks amazing, and the motion capture is stunning. My prediction, Dune Part 2, because like I said, in sound, movies like Dune Part 2 always win in the technical categories, and you know, it's Dune Part 2. It looks incredible, VFX are great, so Dune Part 2. Adapted screenplay. I felt like Nosferatu was snubbed. I also felt like Dune Part 2 was snubbed, especially Nosferatu. But I feel like Dune Part 2 should have been in the conversation here, and I'm surprised it wasn't. I mean, it did get snubbed in some pretty major ways, so I guess I'm not too surprised. But my personal pick is going to be Conclave, because it is a really good script. My prediction is also Conclave, because it's a really good script. I mean, you know, what else is there to say? Original screenplay. Challengers and Saturday Night were both snubbed here, both really great scripts. I feel like, I mean, Challengers is one, you know, obviously that got snubbed to oblivion this Oscars. But Saturday Night, I kind of was anticipating a bit more love, maybe like a nomination or two. But, you know, it's really surprising that both of these films didn't get nominated for anything. My personal pick and prediction are, you know, similar to adapted screenplay, as in they're the same film. Anora and Anora. I don't know why I said it twice. Yeah, Anora is a great script. Really original, really fun, just great all around. Yeah, I feel like it's going to Anora. I feel like I'm fairly confident in that one. And finally, what you've all been waiting for, Best Picture. Only one snub here, which is a little surprising. You know, I feel like lots of people were hoping Challengers to get, you know, recognized here, but it got snubbed. I don't necessarily think Challengers was a Best Picture worthy film. It is a great, fantastic movie, but I felt Nosferatu was a film that should have been recognized for Best Picture. You know, best of the best and of this past year, and I felt like Nosferatu was up there. My personal pick is Dune Part 2, because I'm a Dune Part 2 fan. I'm a Dune fan in general. Denis Villeneuve's Dune films are amazing. And I'm stalling because I'm coming to realize I actually didn't have a prediction written down for Best Picture. So I'm gonna think for a second, think out loud. I don't think it's going to Emilia Perez. It maybe had a chance like months ago, but definitely not anymore. A Complete Unknown, one of my friends thinks it's going to Complete Unknown, and I don't know, I just don't see it. I feel like that'd be the safest choice. That would be the absolute safest choice for the Academy, and I just don't think they would do it because of how upset people would be, though people wouldn't be as upset if they chose Emilia Perez. Anyway, not going to the substance because that's just not the kind of movie they say. I don't think it's going to The Brutalist, though it might have a chance. Conclave would be, excuse me? Do you think it's going to The Brutalist? Conclave would be another safe pick, I think, although, to be honest, I think it is between Conclave and Anora. That's what I'm struggling with. Is it going to be Conclave? Is it going to be Anora? I don't think it's going to be Wicked. I don't think it's going to be Nickel Boys. It's not going to be Dune Part 2. Will it be Conclave or Anora? Anora or Conclave?
This is a conclave. It's not a war. It is a war. And you is ready to commit.
Alright, I'm just going to say it. I think Best Picture will go to, oh no, let's see, what if I'm wrong? Is this locked in? Can I go back? See, everyone's talking about Anora. Everyone's talking about Anora. Everyone's saying that Anora's the front runner. Part of me wants to say Conclave, Conclora, Clenora, a non-clave. Oh, this is tough. I think Best Picture is gonna go to Anora. I'll say it right here, could change. Don't hate me. And so that is gonna wrap up this video, guys. Please let me know what your picks and predictions for the Oscars are gonna be. A lot of good films recognized this year, I must say, but a lot of films were snubbed. But to be honest, this was one of the hardest years in recent memory that I've had in terms of figuring out who I'm actually predicting. Personal picks was pretty easy, and I felt like snubs out of what I saw was pretty self-explanatory as well. But yeah, I'm confident in like half of my choices here, and then the other half I feel like could go another direction. I at least have narrowed like every category that I'm kind of iffy on down to 2 films. So, you know, but that doesn't help me at all because I'll just second guess, and then I'll end up putting the film I like change my mind on, and then it'll end up being my first choice, and then I'll be upset and I'll be like, oh, Colin, why didn't you just listen to your gut? And then I'll lose the competition that I'm having with my friends, and that'll be a bummer. But anyway, if you enjoyed this, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below. Who else was snubbed? I didn't see every film this year, obviously. Who else was snubbed? Who are your personal picks? And who are your predictions? Please let me know, especially Best Picture, Best Director. Those are the hardest ones for me to come up with an answer for. And then check out my Letterboxd list. I should have that up soon, hopefully. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.